Have you ever really listened to a nursery rhyme and wondered, what makes this thing tick? Today we're going to do just that. We're going to break down a popular Hindi children's song to see how its classic traditional storytelling actually leads to a very modern destination, the App Store.
So it all starts with this line. It feels super timeless, right? Ek mora hati ghumne khala, which translates to one fat elephant went for a walk. It's just a classic opening, you know? It immediately pulls you into this playful little world of animal adventures. It's the kind of hook that's worked on kids for generations.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the story of these 5 elephants. Then we'll get into the learning engine that's kind of secretly built into the song. We'll also touch on some other rhymes about home and family before we get to the big pivot, from a simple song to a download. And finally, we'll piece it all together to understand what this new digital nursery is all about.
So, let's dive right into the story itself. Now, on the surface, it's just a cute adventure about a bunch of elephants. But, as you're about to see, the way the story is built is what makes it so incredibly effective.
The basic idea is simple. One elephant is just wandering around, gets into a bit of trouble, and then calls another elephant to come help out. This whole cycle just keeps repeating, and every time it does, the group of elephants gets bigger. It's really a classic story of friendship and teamwork, all wrapped up in a package that's perfect for little kids.
But here's the thing. This isn't just a simple story. No, it's a really cleverly designed learning tool. The whole structure is completely intentional, built to teach kids without them even knowing they're in the middle of a lesson.
The song is what we call a cumulative song. You've definitely heard these before. Think of the 12 Days of Christmas. You know how it builds on itself, verse after verse, adding something new each time? Well, that repetition is amazing for memory and language development in young kids. It's like a workout for their brains.
So this is the engine right here, the secret formula. An elephant has a problem, calls for backup, the group gets bigger by one, and then the whole thing starts over. This simple loop isn't just catchy, it's actually a really sneaky way of teaching counting from 1 all the way to 5. Each verse makes them remember the last number while adding the next one. Pretty smart, huh?
And as you can see here, the problems the elephants face get more and more ridiculous, which is exactly what keeps kids glued to the screen. I mean, it goes from being stuck in the rain to getting tangled up in a monkey's net. This isn't random. It keeps the story fun and exciting, all while that hidden math lesson is still going on in the background.
Okay, so once the elephant story wraps up, the whole vibe shifts. We go from the wild jungle to right inside the home. And here we get a whole different set of rhymes, but believe me, they are just as carefully designed.
We get this line, Upar pankha chalta hai, niche Ajay sota hai, which means the fan runs above, Ajay sleeps below. It's a really simple, domestic little scene that pretty much any kid living in a warm place would instantly recognize. It makes the rhymes feel real and grounded in everyday life.
But here's where it gets really clever. The verse repeats itself, but they swap out the names. First, it's a boy, Ajay. Then the second time, it's a girl named Muni, and another boy, Vijay, shows up. The rest of the rhyme, it stays exactly the same.
And that's the genius of it. This plug-and-play design is the whole point. It means a parent or even a kid can easily just pop in the names of their own family members. It turns a generic little rhyme into something personal, reinforcing the names of their brothers, sisters, and friends. It's a powerful tool.
Okay, so we've got these perfectly crafted traditional songs. One for counting, another for recognizing family. They feel wholesome, educational, classic. But what's the end game here? In this specific video, what is the ultimate purpose of all this?
And this is where everything changes. After all of that gentle, traditional, cozy rhyming, the tone just completely switches from a sweet nursery song to a straight-up advertisement.
The transition is jarring. The music totally changes, and the lyrics become a direct command, come on, let's play, download the app, apples and bananas. The song we were enjoying is over, and now we're in a commercial.
So what's this app promising? Well, it's basically a digital version of everything we just saw, but on steroids. It offers more stories and songs, sure, but also puzzles, games, and specific learning goals like teaching English and math. It's the whole shebang. A complete digital playground.
So let's put all these pieces together. We've seen the traditional content, we've seen the smart educational design, and we've seen the final sales pitch. So what does it all add up to?
When you think about it, the strategy is incredibly smart. It takes the warmth and trust and nostalgia that we all have for classic nursery rhymes,
content that parents already know and love, and uses it to build a captive audience. It earns that trust, and then it smoothly funnels that audience right over to a downloadable, probably monetized, digital product. It's the perfect blend of old-school comfort and new-school business.
And that really leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? These rhymes have been passed down for centuries to teach, to comfort, to connect us. But what does it mean for our culture and for our kids when these timeless songs don't end with a lesson or a lullaby, but with a direct link to the App Store? It's definitely something to think about.